Hello everyone. In today's session, I'm going to give you the easy explanation of Act 1, Scene 2 of Julius Caesar. What is the setting of this scene? Rome, a public place. Learn the setting of each and every scene and also the characters present. Caesar, Antony for the course, Calphurnia, Portia, Decius Brutus, Cicero, Brutus, Cassius and Casca, a great crowd following, among them a soothsayer, Jyotishi. And also remember Decius Brutus or Brutus do alag insaan the. Caesar, Calpurnia. Now in some editions you will also get the spelling as Calphurnia. Both are correct. It is either Calphurnia or Calpurnia. Peace ho, Caesar speaks. चुप हो जाओ तुम लोग. Caesar speaks. Calpurnia, here my lord, stand you directly in Antonius's way when he does run his course. Antonius, Latin form of Antony. Here Julius Caesar gives an instruction to his wife Calpurnia. And what is the instruction? He asks her to stand in the way of Antony when he runs the race. Run his course. This expression is very, very important. Read the annotation and learn the annotation. This is important. During the festival of Lupercal, the god of fertility, important young people took part in a holy race through the city, and it was a traditional belief that if a young man, while running, touched a woman who could not bear children, she would soon be cured of her infertility. So here we find Caesar believing in superstitions. Caesar seems to be superstitious. Caesar, my lord, forget not in your speed, in your haste, Antonius, to touch Calpurnia. For our elders say, the barren, touched in this holy chase, in this holy race, shake off their sterile cause, shake off their sterile curse. Now what is sterile curse? The curse of not being able to bear children. Caesar Calpurnia को बताते हैं, एंटोनियस की परिक्रमा के रास्ते में जाकर खड़े हो जाओ, और सीजर एंटनी को बताते हैं अपनी परिक्रमा की तेज रफ्तार में मेरी पत्नी को छूना मत भूलना, क्योंकि बड़े बुजुर्गों का कहना है कि बांझ स्त्रियां इस परिक्रमा में दौड़ने वाले से छुए जाने से बच्चे पैदा करने का वरदान पाती है. सो दिस इज द सुपरस्टिशन. Antony, I shall remember when Caesar says do this, it is performed. Here Antony is obedient, he is dutiful and he is faithful to Julius Caesar. What does he say? जब सीजर का हुक्म होता है तो वो काम हो गया समझा जाता है. I will promptly obey you, Julius Caesar. Set on and leave no ceremony out. तुम अपनी परिक्रमा शुरू कर दो और इस धार्मिक कार्य में कोई काम अधूरा नहीं रहना चाहिए. So perform each and every ritual religiously. Soothsayer, Jyotishi, Caesar, he calls out, Caesar, ha, who calls? Bid every noise be still, peace yet again. Who is it in the press, in the crowd, that calls on me? I hear a tongue, I hear a voice, shriller than all the music. Cry Caesar. Speak, Caesar is turned to hear. Again, this expression is important. Read the annotation and learn the annotation. Caesar has turned his face towards you to hear you attentively. It is said that Caesar was deaf in one ear, so he had to turn his ear by which he could hear towards the person talking to him. Now this fact was never confirmed. Here we have another weakness of Julius Caesar. The first weakness, his belief in superstitions, and the second weakness, his deafness. Soothsayer, beware the Ides of March. What is the Ides of March? 15th of March. Caesar, what man is that? A soothsayer bids you beware the Ides of March. ये आदमी एक ज्योतिषी है जो आपको 15 मार्च के दिन के लिए आगाह कर रहा है. Set him before me, let me see his face. Fellow, come from the throng, look upon Caesar. What says thou to me? तुम क्या बताना चाहते हो मुझे? बताओ, एक और बार बताओ. Speak once again. Beware the ides of March. He is a dreamer. Let us leave him pass. Caesar does not pay much attention to the soothsayer. He says he calls him a dreamer. Sanki Admi. Let us leave him pass. Trumpets sound, exeunt, exit, all except Brutus and Cassius. Now, who are the characters present on the stage? We have only two characters, Brutus and Cassius. This section is going to be very, very important. Learn this section properly so that you can answer each and every question from here. Will you go see the order of the course? तुम परिक्रमा देखना चाहते हो? Do you want to see the progress of the race, order of the course? Not I. I pray you do. I am not gamesome. What is the meaning of this? I am not gamesome. I am not fond of sport. I am not interested in games. I do lack some part of that quick spirit that is in Antony. Let me not hinder Cassius, your desires. I will leave you. Cassius, I will not like to stop you from your desire of watching the races. Here Brutus says that he lacks the liveliness which Antony has. Brutus, I do observe you now of late. I have not from your eyes that gentleness and show of love as I was wont to have. Brutus, recently I have observed that your eyes do not have the expression of gentle feelings and love which I used to have from you. You bear too stubborn and too strange a hand over your friend that loves you. Your behavior appears too strict and strange towards a friend who loves you. इधर कुछ दिनों से मैं महसूस कर रहा हूँ कि मेरी प्रति तुम्हारी आंखों में वो लिहाज और प्यार नहीं रह गया है. तुम्हारी दोस्ती में अब एक जिद्दीपन और बेगानापन झलक रहा है. ब्रूटस, Cassius, be not deceived. अपने आप को धोखा मत दो. Do not misunderstand me. If I have veiled my look, I turn the trouble of my countenance merely upon myself. What is the meaning of this? Always read the annotations. Do not have a wrong idea. If I have hidden my real expression, it is because I have turned my troubled feelings inside me instead of showing them on my face. अगर तुम्हें मेरी नजरों में कुछ बदलाव नजर आ रहा है तो उसकी वजह मैं ही हूं, क्योंकि मैंने अपनी बदली हुई निगाहें अपने ऊपर ही डाल रखी है. इधर कुछ दिनों से मेरी दिमाग परेशान है. मैं बहुत परेशान हूं और इसकी वजह भी मैं हूं, और इसका नतीजा ये है कि मैं अपना जो स्वाभाविकता है और सहजता है वो खो रहा हूं. So this is the effect of the conflict within Brutus. Vexed I am, he confesses, I am mentally troubled, I am disturbed of late with passions of some difference, conflicting thoughts and emotions, conceptions only proper to myself, which give some soil perhaps to my behaviors. Conception till behavior, what is the meaning? Such conflicting feelings and thoughts only concern me, but they leave some effect or mark, soil on my behavior. But let not therefore my good friends be grieved. मेरे प्यारे दोस्तों, तुम लोग मेरे लिए परेशान मत हो. Among which number Cassius be you one. Cassius, you are one of those close friends of mine, so do not misunderstand me, nor construe any further my neglect than that poor Brutus with himself at war. Now, dear students, this is very important. With himself at war. Now, in the introductory video, I had said that Brutus is the tragic hero, and conflict, internal conflict, is one quality of a tragic hero. With himself at war. You must know this because This conflict, this internal conflict makes Brutus a tragic hero. Than that poor Brutus with himself at war forgets the shows of love to other men. मुझे उम्मीद है कि अब केसियस तुम नहीं बोलोगे कि ब्रूटस बेगाना हो गया है और ब्रूटस की दोस्ती में एक जिद्दीपन और बेगानापन आ गया है. Then Brutus, I have much mistook your passion, your feelings, by means whereof this breast of mine had buried thoughts of great value, worthy cogitations. Let us read the annotation very quickly. Therefore I have kept hidden in my heart thoughts of great importance, which otherwise require deep thinking. Tell me, good Brutus, can you see your face? Do you know your worth? Can you see yourself? पहचानते हो अपने आप को? मैंने बहुत बड़ी गलती कर दी और इस गलती के वजह से मैं एक इम्पोर्टेंट बात तुमसे शेयर नहीं कर पाया. अपने आप में ही मैंने वो दबा के रखा है. Brutus, no Cassius, for the eye sees not itself but by reflection by some other things. Learn this quotation. What is the opinion of Brutus here? आंखें कभी अपने आप को देख नहीं सकती. शीशे या किसी और अक्स में देख लेना दूसरी बात है. It is just and it is very much lamented. Lamented? What is the meaning of this? It is very much regretted. Well, this is a fact, Brutus, that you have no such mirrors as will turn your hidden worthiness into your eye. You do not know your worth and you do not have any mirror to show you your real worth, that you might see your shadow. I have heard where many of the best respect in Rome, except immortal Caesar, speaking of Brutus and groaning underneath this age's yoke, have wished that noble Brutus had his eyes, that noble Brutus could see his worth. That's right, and it is a pity, Brutus, that you have no such mirrors as will reflect your hidden value so that you can see it. I have heard that many of the highest placed men in Rome, many of the best respect in Rome, except Caesar who will not die, speaking about you and grumbling under the oppression of this period, have wished that you could see your worth. What is the meaning of yoke? Piece of wood fixed across the necks of two animals, especially oxen, pulling a cart, plough, etc., here used to mean oppression. Brutus, into what dangers, into what risks would you lead me, Cassius, that you would have me seek into myself for that which is not in me? Into what risks do you wish to lead me, Cassius, as you want me to look into myself for what I lack? Therefore, good Brutus, be prepared to hear, be ready to hear. And since you know you cannot see yourself so well as by reflection, I, your glass, will modestly discover to yourself that of yourself which you yet know not of, modestly, without exaggeration. And what is the meaning? I, your glass, will modestly discover to yourself. I, becoming your mirror, will correctly reveal to you what you are, your greatness, power and other qualities, and what you yourself know not. क्योंकि तुम जानते हो कि तुम अपने आप को नहीं पहचानते, इसीलिए मैं एक शीशे की तरह तुम्हें तुम्हारी छाया उजागर कर दूंगा, जिससे तुम्हें अपनी खासियत पता चल जाए. मगर ब्रूटस, मुझे गलत मत समझो, मुझ पे शक मत करो. Be not jealous on me, be not suspicious of me, gentle Brutus. Were I a common laugher, were I a clown, or did use to stale with ordinary oaths my love to every new protester? If you know that I do fawn on men and hug them hard, and after scandal them, or if you know that I profess myself in banqueting to all the rout, then hold me dangerous. Do not suspect me, Brutus. if I were a frivolous person, if I were a clown who makes light of important matters, or pretended to be great friends with every new acquaintance, or if you have heard that I flatter men and embrace them and afterwards gossip about them, or if you have heard that after drinking I declare myself to be great friends with all sorts of common people, take me then for a dangerous person. Flourish of trumpets and shouts of stage. What means this shouting? I do fear the people choose Caesar for their king. ये क्या शोर हो रहा है? मेरा ख्याल है कि लोगों ने सीजर को अपना बादशाह मंजूर कर लिया. डू यू फियर इट? तुम्हें क्या डर लग रहा है? Then must I think you would not have it so? तो क्या मैं ये सोचूं कि तुम ऐसा होना पसंद नहीं करते? I would not Cassius, yet I love him well. Cassius मैं पसंद नहीं करता, फिर भी मैं सीजर को चाहता हूँ. I love Caesar very much. This is the conflict. But wherefore do you hold me here so long? What is it that you would impart to me? What is it that you want to tell me? If it be aught, if it be anything toward the general good, set honor in one eye and death in the other, and I will look on both indifferently. For let the gods so speed me as I love the name of honor more than I fear death. Here, Brutus says that he values the name of honor more than he fears death. For doing the good of the general public, if I see an act of honor with one eye and the fear of death with the other eye, it will not make any difference to me. For it does not matter if for doing the general good, I would run the risk of being killed. I know that virtue to be in you, Brutus, as well as I do know your outward favor. Well, honor is the subject of my story. Now, dear students, I am stopping here today, and this scene is very lengthy. Therefore, I'll explain this scene in multiple sessions. In video 2, I'll continue with the easy explanation of Julius Caesar, Act 1, Scene 2. Till then, stay connected and take care.